When I was at school at Sydney Boys High, I was not a Christian in my last year of school, and I joined a group in Year 12 called SHAC, S-H-A-C, which stood for the Sydney High Absentee Committee. And we skipped probably 150, maybe 200 days of Year 12. And it was a very fun time. I would love to tell you stories of our year. It was my job to go to the headmaster at the end of the year and persuade him that our SHAC group should have our photograph taken along with all the football and the cricket teams. And so I told him that SHAC stood for the Sydney High Animals Club and that we took in little stray kittens and dogs with wounded legs and injured birds. And he was very moved and said, "This is a wonderful thing and we will have your photo taken with all the other teams." We paid a very high price for this club at the high school certificate, I have to tell you. And in God's mercy, I was converted at the end of the year, but I had to repeat Year 12. It's a very humbling experience to go back. I'm telling you this because today I'm actually in between two school reunions. Last Saturday was one of my year reunions, and tomorrow is the other one. And I was utterly shocked at the school reunion last Saturday to be amongst about 80 guys, ageing men. We're all getting up to that Psalm 90, 70 stage. And they're intelligent guys. I mean, Sydney Boys High is a selective school still, and it's a very successful group that was meeting. But I was the only believer. And there was an absolute fixation among all the guys on the present with no interest at all in the past or in the future. And we had one of the guys who was very successful, give a talk, and he spoke about how we should all be pleased with ourselves and we'd been true to our values, and the most important thing was Indigenous reconciliation. And he had a few shots at religion, which everybody enjoyed, and that was the end of the evening. I felt like a freak. I felt like a freak to believe in the importance of the cross and the resurrection. And it seemed to me to be a highly significant subject, looking at all these guys who would probably not make it to the next big decade reunion. It seems to me that a huge part of our role in this world is that we must alert people who've got no grasp of the past and no hope for the future. And when Paul says in Philippians 3:17 that we're to follow his example, I guess we might say that he not only wants us to get the cross as he gets the cross, and get the resurrection as he gets the resurrection, but also to help people to do the same. That little phrase, "seize the day," is a terrible half-truth, isn't it? I mean, we are meant to take the day which we've been given seriously, but if you've got no yesterday or no tomorrow, you really are adrift. And that's a big part of our role, is to help people in this world. So I thought we would look at these verses under two headings, two proofs of God's kindness. One is that God turns enemies to friends, chapter 3, 17 to 19. And the second is that God takes people from earth to heaven, verses 20 to 21.